What's up, guys? It is 4:30 in the morning and we are headed to Colorado once again. You know, every year I tell myself I'm gonna take video of us going on the trip out there, and sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, but I never actually make it public or finish the video. Yeah, I just topped off fuel at 7-Eleven, getting ready to go meet the other guys. So yeah, we'll see if I ever use this footage, if you guys ever see it. So let's go. What's up, guys? We made it to Borger, Texas. This is our first stop along the way. Just topped off on fuel, got some coffee over here at the Toot and Totem. So we don't have any of the Toot and Totems in Oklahoma, so I can only get them when we come to like the Texas Panhandle and New Mexico. So but yeah, their coffee is actually surprisingly good, especially the dark roast. So if you ever come through to a Toot and Totem, just get some of the dark roast coffee, and yeah, it's good stuff. So I'm kind of also trying to keep an eye on like the temperature on this trip, like coming out here. So obviously it's gonna get cooler, but it started off at 75 when we were in Yukon at like 4:30 in the morning, and here it was like 72 or 73. So it's only gone down a little bit, but it's gonna go down more for sure, although it'll kind of be offset by getting later in the day, so I guess we'll see. From here we're about to head to Clayton, New Mexico, and we'll probably stop there again, although if the guys are, you know, feeling pretty good, we may go on to Raton, and I think we'll probably eat lunch in Raton as well. But that's the game plan. So we're about to get back in the car and hit the road. Well, hey y'all, we made it to Raton, New Mexico, and we topped off on fuel and we stopped at Arby's for a bite to eat. I'm going back to the car to grab my laptop case, because I gotta do a little bit of work during lunch. So yeah, whenever I'm gonna be out for a few days at work, I set my auto reply so that when people are emailing me, it sends them an auto response. And I found out a little while ago that it's actually not working, even though I set it up last night and turned it on. So gotta see what the deal is with that. What's up, guys? We made it to our cabin in South Fork. I'm actually standing right here in front of the Rio Grande right now. We just got done unpacking and like loading all our stuff into the cabin and getting rooms situated and all that. So I'm just taking a walk to stretch out the legs a little bit after being in the car for since 5:30 this morning. Yeah, it's 4:45 right now, and that's Mountain Time, and we left at 5:30 a.m. Central Time. So yeah, it's been a long day. But it's always great to end up out here in the mountains, and we're gonna just rest a little bit. Like I said, stretch our legs, I think, somewhat, and then we're gonna head on over to Creede and probably go to Kip's for dinner. Maybe go part of the way up the Bachelor Loop, at least up to the Commodore Mines, but we'll see. Gotta love the sound of the Rio Grande just smoothly working its way on down. The water level's not too crazy. It's also not too low for this time of year. You can tell it's usually somewhat higher than this, but this is a manageable level, I think. They definitely would probably like more rain right now than what they're getting. But yeah, excited to be out here. Okay, well yeah, I am on my way back to the cabin. We're actually across the little driveway from the river, so I had to walk a little ways. But yeah, heading back. Probably gonna get ready to go get some dinner over at Creede.
A few moments later.
It's already started. We're already doing our first hike. I don't know where it goes, but it's across the highway from our cabin, so we're gonna find out. All right, so here's the view from up this hillside across the highway from the cabin. There's the cabin. It's a pretty nice spot. Where I was standing earlier was right over here down by the river. So just decided to randomly walk up the side of a mountain for a little bit, and we're gonna be heading this direction toward Creede here in just a little bit. All right, guys, well, we made it to Creede once again, and once again we are back up here at Commodore Mine, checking out the sights, walking around, looking at these old structures, and we made the return to Aidan Falls. And if you were on our trip last year, you understand the reference. One of our guys that went on the trip last year, his name's Aidan. He took a fall within 15 minutes of us being here last year, and he limped the whole trip because of it. But, you know, stuff like that happens sometimes. So yeah, like I said, we're over here at Commodore Mines, and this is my first time bringing the Sportage. So I don't know if I've done a video showing this or not, but this is my 2025 Sportage. It's got all the bug guts right now from the trip out here from Oklahoma, but it did really well. I got like 33 miles per gallon the trip out here, and it made it up this part of the Bachelor Loop super easy. It's all-wheel drive, but it's got that little 4-cylinder in it, so I think it did pretty good. So this is one of the things I hate that can happen out here. You know, all these structures are so old and they deteriorate, but there's one right here that last year when we were here even, it was still mostly intact. And as you can see, the whole left side and top are collapsed. And I flew the drone up there a little while ago, but yeah, it's always sad to see, because that was one of my favorite structures to enjoy looking at. But it's about half of it's collapsed now, so I guess it's just a good thing that I was able to get drone footage and photos up here a couple of years ago of that structure before it collapsed. But that could happen at any moment with any of these. That's definitely going to be a sad day when this one finally decides to collapse and be no more. Even as a kid, I thought it was the coolest thing ever to come up here and see this. You know, just, it's got history written all over it. Just imagine the amount of material that went through this thing. It's crazy. Well, I don't know the exact plan, but I think we're about to go into town and go to Kip's for dinner. It was really crowded when we drove by a little while ago, so I think we're gonna give them some time and see if it lightens up at all. So I decided to sit down on this rock over here, and the wind's blowing up from the creek down there, and it's actually kind of chilly. Definitely beats how it's been in the 90s this time of day in Oklahoma. It's probably 60s right now, but yeah, it feels great. Chili, they smother it in. Oh man, that's good. Yummy.